All right, so we have a new month, a new year, and another batch of new 4K and Blu-ray releases to talk about. So let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are going to be digging into all of the big 4K and Blu-ray releases that are coming out in the month of January 2025. Oh my goodness, guys, 2025 is here. Depending on when I drop this, it may be New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day, but Happy New Year to everybody. We are in a new year of great physical media releases. I anticipate that this year, guys, is just going to be like extremely awesome. Like, I think we're gonna get some really stellar stuff. And January, guys, look, it's popping off. I feel like more than it usually is. Now, I started this series 3 years ago, and I do not remember the January back in 2022 being as big as this January. Like, we have got some huge titles, some stuff that we would usually see in like the big months, like September, October, November of the year. So I'm super excited to get into this, to share my 10 most anticipated. I've also got some honorable mentions that I'm going to talk about, which I actually have quite a few honorable mentions. And then we'll get into some other stuff that you may be interested in that I'm not necessarily interested in, but I do want to cover it because I feel like they are significant titles. Now, I cannot cover everything. There may be something you're super looking forward to that I won't even dive into in today's video. So definitely let me know in the comment section below what you're looking forward to. But I do weekly rundowns, guys, just kind of covering all the stuff, all the big stuff, all the smaller stuff that's coming out each week. So definitely check out my physical media report. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That's the important thing, guys. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to be in the know on physical media in 2025, you got to subscribe to Mid-Level Media. I'm here to cover all the stuff, to review the stuff, to unbox the stuff, to showcase the stuff, okay? Now, I do want to say, all of the titles that I will be discussing today, most of the titles, will have Amazon links down below if you are interested in pre-ordering any of these titles. I'm not trying to push these links on you, but if you're going to order them, if you're going to order them from Amazon anyway, then use my links down below. It does help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. So, all right, let's get into it, guys. Let's start with number one, my number one most anticipated. I cannot believe like we have a title this big coming out the first week of 2025, but we have David Fincher 7 coming to 4K, guys. What's in the box? We're all going to be screaming it as we're watching this 4K, and I'm sure that scene's going to look great in 4K. 7 on 4K is coming out from Warner Brothers on January the 7th. It is getting a standard 4K release that is a digipack. Like, it's not a slipcover or anything. Like, it's a nice like digipack release, and it's going to be $25.27, which in my opinion, like for what you're getting, like from what I've seen, like is a really good price. And apparently David Fincher had inputs on this digipack release as well, but that is going to be $25.27. We're also going to be getting a 4K steelbook for what is $37.99 currently on Amazon. Now, this was sold out on Groove. It may come back in stock because it was $29.99 on Groove, but it's currently $37.99 on Amazon. In my opinion, like, I like the steelbook, but I just think that I'm just more of a digipack like kind of person anyway. So like, I would lean towards that digipack release, and it's over $10 cheaper as well. You're getting the same restoration and all that. So I'm just excited to see this movie in 4K. It's definitely one of the greatest films of the 90s. Really awesome thriller with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. If you haven't seen 7, like, you will be on the edge of your seat like the entire time. Like, what a thrill ride this film is for sure. But I hope this opens the door to more David Fincher on 4K. I really hope we get The Game, because I love that film. I think it would look great in 4K. And Fight Club, like, that's a big one that we need on 4K as well. So let me know if you're excited for 7 on 4K, guys, coming out January the 7th in that comment section below. Next up, guys, we have Inglorious Bastards. Now, this is coming to 4K from Arrow Video on January the 14th. The 4K box set release is currently $44.99, and there's also a Blu-ray edition for $34.99. Now, I have already showed this off on the channel, so it's kind of cheating to put this one in here because I already have it, so I can't really, but I haven't watched it yet, so I am still kind of anticipating my watch of this because I'm really curious, and I'm going to pop in my Universal Universal 4K as well. There's going to be like a full review and like breakdown and comparison. Like I'm really going to try to do my due diligence with this one because I know a lot of people are curious about this release. Is the Arrow video restoration going to be better than the Universal? From what I've seen, I think it's the same like restoration. They're using the same scan that they got from Universal, but I don't know if Arrow video is going to do any additional work as far as the encoding to the actual disc, if they're going to do anything differently, if it's going to look any better. Like I'm going to give you all that information. And again, like I heard really awful things about that Universal 4K. I never actually watched it myself, so I don't know. Like maybe I like it. Like maybe I'll like the look of that 4K, and I'll also compare it to the Blu-ray as well. I am just kind of like curious to check out all the details, the differences between this and the Universal, and then do the video for you guys, and then to check out the special features because there are some new special features that Arrow Video produced for this one. But this is coming out January the 14th. Like this is a huge month for Tarantino. We'll get into more here in a second, but yeah, super excited for Inglorious Bastards on 4K to dive into that one, to talk about it on the channel. Look for my review sometime early in January. Now getting into my third most anticipated, this is actually a film I've never seen before, a film starring William Shatner, and that is called Incubus. This is getting a 4K release from Arrow Video on January the 14th. The regular 4K is going to be $33.59, and the Blu-ray edition is going to be $27.67. So I have not seen this film before. I used to be a big fan of the band Incubus back in the day, so maybe I will enjoy this movie, but I'm sure this has nothing to do with that. I know what an incubus is, a sex demon, whatever. So I am curious, like, what actually, like, this movie is. I really haven't seen a lot of, like, images of it, or anything like that, but I like William Shatner. I watched a movie with him in it last year called Impulse, from Grindhouse Video, and that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that movie and his performance, so I'm excited to dive into another horror, cult horror film with William Shatner in it, from Arrow Video, and I'm sure it's going to look great on 4K, and I'll definitely be reviewing this one on the channel as well. And next up, guys, my fourth most anticipated is the Snowpiercer 4K Steelbook coming out from Lionsgate. This is coming out on January the 14th for a price point of $34.99, and I do not think this is a website exclusive or anything like that. I believe this one is on Amazon to pre-order right now. But yeah, Snowpiercer, I have actually, guys, look, I've had the Blu-ray of this for the longest time, the regular Blu-ray. I think I bought it at a half price books back in the day. I've never seen the movie. It's got Chris Evans in it. It's directed by Bong Joon-ho, who also did Parasite, and he did Okja, which got a Criterion release. So I'm kind of surprised that Snowpiercer didn't end up in the Criterion collection. Like, I guess Lionsgate just wasn't willing to let that one go, because I think most all of Bong Joon-ho's like filmography is in the Criterion collection. So Snowpiercer will be like the one outlier, I feel like. But this is a movie that I have been interested in watching for a long time. So getting to watch this one in 4K for the first time, I am definitely excited for that. And the Steelbook looks awesome as well. So yeah, that comes out from Lionsgate January the 14th, $34.99. Coming in at number 5, guys, my fifth most anticipated is kind of a weird one. This is coming out from Umbrella Entertainment. This is Lars and the Real Girl is getting a Blu-ray box set. Not a 4K. I would have loved the 4K of this, though. Is getting a Blu-ray box set on January the 15th for $55 if you order this off the Umbrella website. Now, I believe there's going to be a standard version probably available on Diabolic on Orbit for maybe like $35 or something like that if you just want to get this movie on Blu-ray. I watched this movie randomly on streaming like 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm a big fan of Ryan Gosling anyway. I think like in the 2010s, like he just has one of the best like filmographies as far as an actor, between The Place Beyond the Pines and Drive, and there's just so many great movies that he did. La La Land I'm a big fan of, The Nice Guys, like so many great movies he did in the 2010s. So I'm a big fan of Ryan Gosling, and Lars and the Real Girl is just kind of it's a dark like comedy, from what I remember, about a guy that like pretends that a blow-up doll is his girlfriend, but like he thinks it's real, and just all the awkward interactions that he has with his family and the people that know him and just people that he meets, just having this blow-up doll next to him that he says is his girlfriend. So I'm really excited to rewatch this one because it's been a while, and I am excited to watch it on Blu-ray, to dive into the special features, to get this box set released. Do I need a box set of Lars and the Real Girl? Probably not, but that's what's so cool about physical media in 2025. We're getting the things that we didn't even think that we needed until it was announced, and now I just feel like I need Lars and the Real Girl Blu-ray box set. So let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. And next up, guys, my number 6. I'm going to cheat a little bit here, but some people may not think that I'm cheating because a lot of people would group these movies together anyway. Now, me personally, I like to think of them as 2 separate films, but Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 are getting 4Ks from Lionsgate on January the 21st. Now, the 4Ks, the standard 4Ks, are up on Amazon right now to pre-order for $27.96, and there are 4K Lionsgate Limited Steelbooks as well. But the thing about these are, and I made videos on this in the past, these are exclusive to the Lionsgate Limited website. You can only get them on that website, and I will try to link that down below as well. So the Steelbooks are on the Lionsgate Limited website. That is definitely what I plan on getting. I may get the slipcovers as well because I'm just such a fan of these two movies, but the Steelbooks are $39.99. Now, from what I've seen, like, these are not going to have new features or anything like that, so that's a little bit disappointing, and we'll find out, like, is it going to be worth the price point when we get these in or not? Like, is the transfer going to be worth it? Because from what I've seen of like the details of this, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like it's a native 4K. Like, I'm a little apprehensive on these 4Ks, to say the least, because I love Kill Bill. I want to see Kill Bill in the best possible, like, picture quality. I'm excited to have, like, a good, like, nice, like, steelbook edition of both of the films, but if the transfer doesn't match the packaging that we're getting, then at the end of the day, like, it's not going to be totally worth it. But I am still excited to watch these movies again. It's been a few years since I've seen them, and they are, like, at least the first one to me is just, like, one of my favorite movies of all time. I watched that so many times when I was a teenager. But Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, it's nice to see them finally get the treatment that they hopefully deserve. We'll find out when the actual 4Ks come out. I will be reviewing those. But that is my 6th most anticipated. My 7th most anticipated is another Quentin Tarantino movie, guys. This is the month of Tarantino, like I said, but Jackie Brown is also getting a 4K from Lionsgate on January the 21st. The 4K, the regular 4K, is up on Amazon, the standard edition, for $27.96, and there is a 4K Lionsgate Limited exclusive steelbook up on their website for $39.99 as well. So there's a little bit of controversy with the artwork of Jackie Brown. Like, a lot of people don't like the steelbook artwork. Now, I will admit, the regular, like, 4K edition artwork is better, but I'm still going to go with the steelbook here to match my other steelbooks, Kill Bill steelbooks, and I'm really hoping that they do the Hateful Eight and Django as well, because I've heard that Lionsgate does have the rights to those, so I will assume that those are going to be coming later this year, and I cannot wait to see the Hateful Eight on 4K. That is going to look so astounding. Also, Django as well. But Jackie Brown, super underrated Tarantino film. It's only underrated because, like, Tarantino's just got so many great films, so it's really hard to, like, rank Jackie Brown towards the top, at least for me. But I do love the movie. I think it's a great movie, and I think that of all the 4Ks we've seen from Tarantino, like, so far, I think this one, like, has the potential to look the best. Like, I'm thinking of the cinematography, the visuals of this film, I just think are going to look fantastic in 4K. So I cannot wait to see Jackie Brown in 4K. Hopefully, Lionsgate is giving these the treatment that they deserve. But that is my number 7. Coming in my number 8, my 8th most anticipated, is a J-Lo movie, guys. This is another release from Arrow Video. This is The Cell, coming to 4K on January the 21st. It's getting a 4K edition for $34.99. It's also getting a Blu-ray edition for what is up on Amazon right now, guys, for $18.38. So you can get the Blu-ray edition with all the features and everything. Like, if you're not huge into 4K, like, Arrow Video's Blu-ray with the 4K scan transfers usually look great. Like, you're just not going to have that HDR and Dolby Vision that kind of enhances the picture quality and the colors. But, like, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, like, you're still going to get all the features. You're going to get the slipcover and everything for $18.38 right now, currently on Amazon, to get The Cell. But I'm definitely going to be getting the 4K from Arrow Video. There will be a review for this up on the channel, and I think I've seen The Cell. Like, to be honest, like, I remember watching bits and pieces of it. I don't know if I've seen it in its entirety before, so this will be like a first-time watch for me. So I'm very excited to check this one out from Arrow Video on January the 21st. We've also got, coming in at my number 9, guys, I got to do the fingers. Coming in at my number 9, my 9th most anticipated, is a killer whale movie. It's Orca on 4K. This is coming out from Kino Lorber, and Kino Lorber's got a lot of good stuff coming out this month. We'll get into some more stuff in my honorable mentions, but Orca made the cut for my most anticipated. Now, this is coming out from Kino Lorber, January the 28th for $33.49. There's also going to be a Blu-ray for $22.49 as well. Now, I do think this is a Studio Canal restoration, because I remember Studio Canal doing some kind of a steelbook release over in the UK, and I think that was pretty well received. So I'm anticipating this is going to look pretty damn good. And I've never seen Orca, and I've always heard it kind of compared to Jaws, and I love Jaws. I love the Jaws sequels as well, so I'm just excited to watch another, like, killer fish movie in 4K. So Orca made the cut, guys. I'm excited for that 4K, and I think there's a new audio commentary on this, maybe some new features as well. So let me know if you're excited for killer whales in January in the comment section below. And lastly, guys, coming in at my number 10, my 10th most anticipated is an A24 edition of The Heretic on 4K. This is expected in January, so I put it on this list, even though it doesn't have like a definitive release date. As of right now, there is a 4K site exclusive that you can only get on the A24 website for $35. You can also get the Blu-ray edition on there for $30. But the funny thing about the A24 titles is they're starting to show up in Barnes & Noble. They're showing up in Walmart. So The Heretic may be in Walmart for $30 on release date since they got those titles, and in Barnes & Noble. So I expect the Blu-ray to maybe be wide in some stores, but the 4K is exclusive to their website. But I've heard some really good things about this movie. It's really like the last big horror film of 2024 that I haven't seen. I think it's up on streaming right now. My wife and I contemplated watching it the other night, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for this A24 edition and check it out on 4K for the first time. Like, it's given, just from the look of it, like in the posters, like it gives me like Hereditary vibes. I don't know if that has anything to do with Hereditary at all, but it is A24. Hugh Grant, like, has really been on another level lately. Like, he's really done some great stuff there in TV and in movies. So I'm anticipating like a really good performance from him. And I'm just hoping for a creepy horror film, because I don't really know too much about this movie at all. So I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping I enjoy it. There you have it, guys. That is my 10 most anticipated for the month of January. Let's get into some honorable mentions. This is another A24 edition. We Live in Time. This comes out on January the 7th. This is an A24 exclusive Blu-ray edition. And there's also a regular Blu-ray edition coming that also looks like a digipack. That is going to be $26.16 to get that. So I imagine that's going to be Walmart as well. That's kind of weird because there's an A24 exclusive Blu-ray and then there's a regular Blu-ray, but they both look like they're in that like A24 style packaging. So look, guys, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time, like, I'm not a huge Florence Pugh fan, but like my wife really wants to watch this one, and I am getting it in from A24, so I will be checking this one out. And I do like those editions, and I'm kind of looking forward to watching this. I've heard some really good things about it. Another honorable mention is Smile 2. My wife and I recently did rent this on streaming, and actually liked it quite a bit. So I will own this in the collection at some point. It comes out from Paramount January the 21st. It's getting a 4K for $25.19 and a 4K Steelbook for $34.96, which they're not doing a Blu-ray. We talked about this with Transformers 1. Like, they're cutting out the standard, like, standalone Blu-ray. Still putting in the Blu-ray with the 4K, but they're cutting out the option to just buy the Blu-ray. Paramount is, it seems like, going forward. But yeah, Smile 2, like, it was good. Like, so I will buy it, add it to the collection. I just don't know if I want to grab it like standalone, because part of me feels like Paramount will put it in like a future Paramount Scares box set. So like, I may wait to, because the first one was in the first Paramount Scares box set. But Smile, like, I was not like big on at all. Like, I thought it was okay. It wasn't terrible by any means, but Smile 2 I actually thought was a significant improvement over the first Smile. So I will own that in the collection at some point. I just don't feel the need to add it this month. But anything that, you know, I'm interested in, remotely interested in, I do put in my honorable mentions, even though I may not get it in the month of January. We also got Vampires coming out on 4K. John Carpenter's Vampires. This comes out from Scream Factory on January the 21st for $33.99. Like I said, guys, like, I will own this at some point, because this movie is kind of a Western. I think Westerns look great in 4K, and I do enjoy vampires. I have the Blu-ray edition that also looks pretty good, but I know that Scream Factory with 4K, like with this movie in particular, could really do some excellent things. So like, I may break down and get it this month just so I can talk about it, review it on the channel, let you guys know how big of an improvement it is over that Blu-ray from Scream Factory. But like, as of right now, like, I'm just not sure, but it is going in honorable mentions because I am interested in the title. We also got The Grifters, which is a movie starring John Cusack. This is coming out on 4K from Criterion on January the 21st. This is getting a 4K for $34.99. Also a Blu-ray edition for $27.99. And I don't really know too much about this movie at all. Seems like a cool movie, but this is one that I will not get in January. I will wait until the Criterion flash sale in March to pick this one up for a little bit cheaper. We've also got April Fool's Day coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on January the 21st for $31.78. So I don't have this in the collection. It did get a Scream Factory release a long time ago. never got it, and I've heard some good things about this slasher film, so I will be getting this one in the collection. Reindeer Games on 4K, a movie starring Ben Affleck, Charlize Theron. This is coming out from Kino Lorber on January the 21st for $31.48. So I've heard good things about this one, but this is one that I feel like this one kind of, people made fun of this movie like quite a bit back in the day, and I just never felt the need to check it out, but I'm excited to watch it now from Kino Lorber in 4K. I'm sure it's a decent flick. We've also got Just Friends, which I just watched this the other night with my wife because she wanted to watch it. It's because it's kind of a Christmas movie, so it's leading up to Christmas. We checked this one out. And I still think this is a great comedy. Like, I think it improves actually with age. Like, it's better than I remembered it being, like rewatching the film. And I rewatched it, I think, like 3 or 4 years ago as well, but it's a fun movie for sure. I do want to own this on Blu-ray. It's coming out from Warner Archive, January the 28th. There's no price. Like, currently it's not available to pre-order on Amazon. A lot of these Warner Archive titles, it'll take them a little bit to get the pre-order links on Amazon. If it's up before I put this video out, I will add it down below. But Just Friends, it's a good romantic comedy, and it's the first time this is being put out on Blu-ray. It never got a Blu-ray release. I used to have it on DVD back in the day, but I gave away all my DVDs back in 2016, so I'm looking to add this one back in the collection at some point. We've also got Sea of Love coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on January the 28th for $31.78. It's an Al Pacino film. I love Al Pacino, so I will jump at the chance to get any Al Pacino film in 4K for sure. And then lastly, we got Winchester 73 coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection on January the 28th for $40.08. Like, that's a steep price point for that title. And there's also a Blu-ray edition for $27.99. But this is a James Stewart Western. Like, I love James Stewart. I love Westerns. I've heard great things about this movie. So I'm excited to get this one, but again, like, I'm probably not going to get it in January unless I just like get the itch and it's like, I cannot wait for this. I don't think I'm going to get it in January. I'll wait till the March Criterion Flash sale, get this thing for $25, which honestly, like, guys, I recommend you do for a lot of Criterion stuff, like, because there's always a sale around the corner. There's the flash sales, there's the Barnes & Noble sales. Like, we have plenty of opportunities to get this stuff for a little bit cheaper. Then some other big titles, some stuff that I'm just not really interested in at all, don't really plan on adding to the collection. Saturday Night on Blu-ray, this is coming out from Sony on January the 7th for $30.81. This is a newer film. I'm sure it'll come on streaming at some point. It's a Sony title. It'll probably come on Netflix. I'll check it out then, but I don't have any like immediate need to own this film. We got Sanctum on 4K. This is coming out from Shout Factory on January the 7th for $30.49. And this looks like another like cool underwater like sci-fi movie like The Abyss, but I just don't feel, you know, any like real need to own this one anytime soon. Motel Hell and Drag Me to Hell are getting 4K steelbooks. They are Screen Factory Walmart exclusive steelbooks. They come out on January the 7th, and they're $35.54 a piece. Now, I will admit the Drag Me to Hell 4K steelbook looks really awesome. I don't own it on 4K. I don't want to get it. Maybe I break down and get it, but I doubt it. Like, I have a good like Blu-ray edition of that. I'm not looking to upgrade that one. And then Motel Hell, I've got that on 4K. So I also got a steelbook of that from back in the day, a Blu-ray steelbook. So I definitely don't need a third edition of Motel Hell. Chinatown's getting a 4K release from Paramount's standard 4K release on January the 14th for $23.19. Also, Once Upon a Time in the West is getting a standard 4K release from Paramount on January the 14th for $22.37. This is cool that they do this because those editions, when they're Paramount Presents editions, because both of these got released on 4K last year, they're pretty expensive. They're like $35 to $40. So putting these out in these like dumbed down versions, which I think they have all the same like special features. Like Chinatown's not going to have the two Jakes in it. I like that they put these out in cheaper editions like a year later. Like, I think that's cool that Paramount does that. So yeah, I definitely recommend Chinatown. Like, that was a standout 4K of 2024. Great looking 4K, great features. Once Upon a Time in the West, like, I enjoyed the 4K. I thought it was good, but it definitely wasn't as good as it should have been. The Substance, which is a movie I love. This is getting a release from Mubi on January 21st. Is getting a 4K for $29.49. Also a Blu-ray for $23.99. The reason I don't plan to pick this one up is because I just really feel like there's a better release around the corner. I really feel like Second Sight may do The Substance at some point. So I'm going to hold out for that because I just watched the movie. I don't really need to watch it again anytime soon. soon. We've also got Venom, Let There Be Carnage is coming out from Sony on January 21st on 4K for $37.49, on Blu-ray for $31.99, and a 4K Steelbook for $37.49. So look guys, I've got the first two Venom films in the collection, but I'm not picking this up until the 4K is like $8.99 on Black Friday. We've got The Last Voyage of the Demeter on 4K from Screen Factory coming out on January 21st for $32.99. I thought about getting this, but it's like, I just, you know, I'll get the Blu-ray. It's like, I don't need the 4K. I've never seen this movie before. So maybe at some point, but I have no immediate need to get it. And lastly, guys, we have Here, which is the latest Robert Zemeckis movie with Robin Wright, Tom Hanks, kind of reuniting a Forrest Gump reunion. This is coming out from Sony January 21st for $31.99. Again, it's a Sony title, and it'll be on Netflix streaming, so I'll just wait to watch it when it comes on there. But that is it, guys. That is my 10 most anticipated. Honorable mentions, some other titles. Let me know what you're most anticipating in the month of January. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications, like the video, and we'll see you next time.